Hi everyone, I am here with Cleo's puppies. They are going to be 3 weeks old tomorrow and growing steady. We are currently in the transition phase. We call it from pod to puppy. So from little neonates, tiny little infants, to starting some developmental signs that are very visible. And then an opportunity for us to start a little bit of training and handling and introductions. So this week we added the little pee pad tray. I changed it this morning so you can see some usage. A puppy will take about 3 to 4 steps once they awake and they will eliminate. So this gives them enough space to sleep, but also to make sure that we're getting some usage in it, and it's helpful for me and helpful for them, Clover. Yesterday they got some photos taken. We did a little grooming, so we did some eye trimming, a little butt grooming. Whoa, what's happening? This week we also started to add our introduction of toys, so they will get one new introduction per day of some sort. So this hangs here until they start their chewing phase, and then I take that off. Today I will add just these little toys to suspend. So it'll start a little bit of nuzzling, a little bit of stimulation and movement. And then the most important part of the stage they're in right now is that I now get to start our 10 touch handling process that I started 3 weeks, and it follows all the way to 8 weeks. And in my puppy manual that goes home, it has all the instructions for my families to continue. But basically, I'll just show you how it works. We start at 3 weeks. It's very, very gentle touch. So they're just getting used to human touch. They've been handled, but very minimal, just to allow them to grow. So we start, I rub their head. At this stage, it's just manipulating the ears. As they grow, we do a little tug to it. I know. Finger down the nose. A good old nose tap. Yep, at this age, they don't like that. We open the mouth, mainly to inspect 4 teeth also, butting in, but then also to prep for teeth cleaning. So these are all grooming preps. Reverse pet, so up the back. This is unusual for a puppy to get petted this way. It causes a little discomfort. Nothing that hurts them, it's just not as comfortable as this direction. Tail gets rolled, tug. Tips of the toes get tapped. It's all for grooming. I like to rub my fingers down their paws and just push in their pads. Intensity increases the older we get. Right, honey bunches. Over on their backs. Good girl. Good girl. A little round belly rub. And then always before their return, they return back up, close to the heart. Just a good snuggle, a little squeeze. Generally a little kiss, and I tell them I love them. And then down they go. That's done once a day. Once a day, usually to like week 5, and then at week 5, whenever they're getting moved from their playpen to curriculum pen, I run through the steps every time I touch them. So sometimes I get it 2 to 3 times a day. Yep. So not a whole lot of activity, seeing a little bit more movement, seeing more upright, seeing rear strength. The biggest thing that will happen in the next week, closer to 4 weeks, they'll get puppy mush. So we'll start eating foods, giving mama a little bit of a break, but they'll start eliminating more on their own. And so then I spend more time trying to get everybody eliminating where they need to. And then we'll start mobility type training. So they'll get structures in their playpen to try and get some rear strength. And we challenge the mind. And then we start our curriculum, and off we go. Off we go. The other thing that happens is obviously at 3 weeks we also start our worming protocols, vaccinations, all that good stuff. The beauty of holding them daily too is that they can be checked to make sure everybody's clean, that there's no compaction on the back, make sure everything's looking all right.
Do you still weigh them every day then?
So that's a good question. Actually, at day 16, I start weighing them just weekly. So I weigh them on their birthday. So technically tonight or tomorrow they'll get weighed. If anyone's showing smaller growth, like little Sweet Bee, here's my tiny tot, I weigh her daily, sometimes twice a day yet, just to make sure everything's still progressing. She is gaining. She's up to 1.3 ounces. So she's a little over a pound. She's just tiny. And my largest one is Margot. She's at 2.7 pounds. She's a beautiful little lady, but there's an obvious difference between these two. Although little Sweet Bee, as tiny as she is just progressing fine. She's my first one to poop on the pad on her own. She takes good care of herself.
That one's messing with the toy already.
Yeah, just to give them some sort of mental stimulation. It's fun to watch. So this toy will go away tomorrow. Some people ask, you keep adding them, and I don't. It'll go away. I might even take it out tonight because I don't like this kind of stuff in here overnight, because for whatever reason, if Mama gets an idea to give it to them, or so it'll go out tonight, and then the new toy will come in for tomorrow.